Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the Noon News from Montana's news leader.
A very good Monday afternoon, and thanks so much for starting your week with us here on the Noon News. I'm Samantha Sullivan. The stock market's down this morning following an escalation in the trade war between China and the U.S. Natalie Brand has more details.
China is striking back against the U.S. and imposing tariffs of its own. China's foreign minister announced a new round of retaliatory taxes of up to 25% on more than 5,000 U.S.-made products, totaling $60 billion starting June 1st. Some of the steepest penalties impacting beef, plants, fruits, and vegetables. A spokesman for China's foreign ministry says Beijing does not believe raising tariffs will solve any problems, but warned China is ready to defend itself. The U.S. raised tariffs to 25% on $200 billion worth of Chinese-made goods last Friday. Trade talks that day between the two countries were cut short. President Trump blamed China, tweeting this morning, "You had a great deal, almost completed, and you backed out." President Trump has also ordered the U.S. trade representative to begin the process of raising tariffs on an additional $300 billion worth of Chinese-made goods.
Now we're talking about essentially every single product that comes from China will have a 25% tariff. And that is going to be a big deal.
Meanwhile, the Trump administration is looking at ways to help U.S. farmers who are being hit the hardest by the Chinese tariffs.
It's getting really tough. I mean, something needs to get resolved, something needs to get done.
For now, no official trade talks are scheduled between the U.S. and China. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Well, coming back to Montana, a couple of big announcements in the coming days that could shape Montana's political future. The first in just about half an hour, as Helena Mayor Wilmot Collins is expected to make what he calls a special announcement. Sources close to MTN say Collins could seek the Democratic nomination to challenge Republican Steve Daines' Senate seat in 2020. Collins is a Liberian refugee who received national attention after beating out longtime incumbent mayor in 2017 to become the first African-American mayor in Montana's history. And meanwhile, Governor Steve Bullock releasing a series of videos over the weekend, making a presidential run look even more likely. Take a look.
Two-term governor of a state that President Trump won by 20 points.
This weird creature from out of space, a Democrat that wins in rural red America.
The video touts Bullock's accomplishments. The video says he's the only Democratic candidate to win in a state that Trump also won. The video teases that an announcement will be coming soon. Sources close to MTN have confirmed that Bullock could announce a presidential run as early as this week. Bullock has reached his term limit as Montana's governor. Well, an increased police presence at Great Falls schools this morning after a student was suspended over the weekend for making threats on social media. The Great Falls Police Department received reports of the threats on Saturday. The student who made the threats was identified and suspended. The investigation into the incident continues, and a threat assessment is currently being conducted. Great Falls Police and the Great Falls School District say the student and the student's parents are cooperating with the investigation. A fire at a historic Kalispell church over the weekend. Multiple agencies responded on Sunday night after a fire broke out at St. Matthew's Church on South Main Street. Fire crews determined the fire started in the basement kitchen and were able to get it out within an hour. Church leaders say their next step is to figure out where to hold mass while they work to restore that building. Well, whooping cough cases are climbing fast, so fast the call is going out for more nurses to help with the outbreak. The Missoula City County Health Department is looking for nurses to work short-term to help with the surge in cases. The number of confirmed whooping cough cases in the Missoula area expanded to 96 on Friday and is affecting 18 schools in the county. Cindy Farr, infectious disease director with the Missoula County Health Department, says the majority of the whooping cough cases involve high school students. Well, before we take a break this afternoon, spotting a grizzly bear from a safe distance is a memorable and exciting experience. But some visitors to Lake Francis just outside of Valier got an extra treat over the weekend. Two grizzlies swimming and sparring. Chelsea Alfson shared this video with MTN. She says the bears were about 300 yards from shore and the water was about 27 feet deep where they were swimming. Chelsea says as they drove away in their boat and watched the bears, they were able to watch them swim to shore through their binoculars. Pretty cool sight there. All right, well, coming up here on the noon news, with warmer weather on the way, more people are taking to the water, which means efforts to keep aquatic invasive species at bay are ramping up. We'll have more on that when we come back. But first, Ed will have a look at the forecast as we get another week started. We'll be right back.
You're watching MTN News with Samantha Sullivan, Storm Tracker Weather with Ed McIntosh, and Farm and Ranch News from the Montana Ag Network. This is the noon news on Q2, Montana's news leader.